You're listening to the Sports Media X podcast with your hosts, Jeff Demers and Marnie Tisdale. All right, turn that stuff off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sports Media X podcast. I'm Jeff Demers. She's Ms. Marnie Tisdale. JD, Ms. Lady M. What's up, Marnie? It's hump day.
Hump day. Yep.
Yeah. I like it. I like it. Last night was my final live coverage for the Diamondbacks, and I gotta say they didn't have to do it that way.
Not fully final.
Right. For this year, that was my final. That was like my 40th coverage because I only did part-time coverage this year because I got another company to run. But yeah, it was great. They couldn't have even if I wrote down what I wanted to happen in the final game, like I couldn't have wrote down what a great finish it was last night with Schmidt coming up. Like the whole game was just
start
dead.
One of those rumors that baseball's scripted the way that there is for football. Conspiracy theory.
No, I'm not.
Scripted just for Jeff.
But I will say this: like they got shut out on Monday, 7-0. They were shut out heading into the 8th inning. Like the Cubs fans were loud. The Diamondbacks fans, like even the organist kept trying to prompt them to get loud. And I think the ones that were there
sitting there angry.
No, like I think we heard from the ones that were there for the most part, but they were like, it's just I'm done. Like because they didn't score any runs again until the bottom of the 8th.
I stopped checking the score pretty far into the game because it was 3 Cubs, Diamondbacks, nothing.
That was like the 3rd inning.
How did it end, JD?
Well, let's start in the 8th inning. I mean, first off, Lawlar got pegged in the head with a fastball, which he had to come out of the game. But Rosa went in and pinch ran for him in the 8th. And then who was it that hit a single? Somebody hit a single. I think it was Vargas that knocked in the first run. And then Gabby Moreno had like a 2-run.
This is a Gabby shirt.
Yeah. Shout out to Gabby Moreno. He's had a hell of a season, but he had a 2-run double that was basically a dribbler off of first base. Down, like it shocked everybody, even Gabby. Like he did a check swing. I'm talking about yesterday's game, but he did a check swing yesterday. Didn't even leave the box until the ball bounced off of the first base. It was called fair. He ends up with a double, 2-run score, and then that brings us to like we ended up scoring like one more run. We get the tying run on base. Jose Fernandez pitch runs. He steals second. So yesterday, like. I was like, all right, there's a shot we could tie this up and go to extras.
Right.
And then Waldschmidt comes up on a 3-2 pitch and just walks it off, launches one into the left field, which is amazing. And then today, Lawlar comes back. He's like, hey, you're going to hit me in the head with a fastball? All right. I'm going to launch my 3rd home run of the game to break a 0-0 tie to go up 1-0. And then they ended up winning 2-0. We'll get more into that as we get into the Arizona Sports Desk a little bit later on. But to have a walk-off win in my last live press coverage for this season before I had to Mountain America Stadium for ASU in like 2 weeks, it was amazing. It was awesome. I loved it. It was great. Like I love sports.
Pretty cool.
Absolutely. All right. So what's first?
Headlines and horrible dad jokes.
All right, so the headlines may not be horrible. The dad jokes definitely are. Use them at your own discretion. Yes. Headline number 1, from 90 to 53 NFL roster cuts are coming. The final weekend of the NFL preseason isn't really about wins and losses for hundreds of players. This is about actually having a job. right?
Yeah, one
NFL
last
teams.
chance to show out.
NFL teams entered camp with 90-man rosters. Must go down to their initial 53 rosters by Sunday, August 30th. That puts a lot of importance on this final preseason game, especially for like late round rookies, undrafted free agents, and veterans that are just fighting for a job, especially since we'll talk about it in a second, but especially since a lot of the college divisions just made an important announcement for those people still looking for work. We'll talk about that. But this is why, this is pretty much the only reason why I buy into the argument that preseason games are meaningless. It's because of the third game, right? You're going to find somebody in the preseason that you did not expect to actually make your roster, even if you drafted him late or if he came in as an undrafted free agent. Like he's not one of the big names. He wasn't one of the first picks.
Well, there's a difference between showing up at training camp and showing up in a game.
Yeah.
Too, you know what I mean? Like you got more of a chance to shine during an actual match.
Yeah, but if you're looking at like wide receivers at the back end, like take the Cardinals for example, you've got Brooks that's vying for a job. You've got Virgil who is vying for a job, and he was drafted in the 5th round, so he should have a job because he's definitely showing up. But I guarantee you, we're going to see a lot of them in the final game. We're going to see a lot of probably more Gardner Minshew. I don't know yet if Beck is going to play at all. I don't expect Brissett to play. We'll announce it when Coach LaFleur actually announces the Cardinals starters. But there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be out there in free agency, so they don't just get cut from the league and then they never play. What happens is we may cut. The Cardinals won't, but a good team might cut, let's take the Patriots, for example, a really good, wide receiver, because their wide receivers room is so stacked, they just had to trade Keyshawn Boutte, right? So what if they have somebody else that might show out who they can't keep, but then you go to he can become a free agent, and then that's when the other teams that actually need a number 4 or even a number 5 wide receiver that'll actually look at the tape. So these games aren't meaningless, right? So you have players that can go out there and put some tape down and put some video down, which is what that means. I feel old having to explain that. But,
well, it's like spring training. A lot of people claim that being meaningless, but it doesn't count towards the season. But that doesn't make the games meaningless when you've got those people trying to get those last few spots on the team. And
yeah,
you
have a really good idea who your team is come week 1 in training camp, but you have injuries and then you have standouts and stuff like that can change everything. So
somebody that catches you off guard.
All right. So the question is, would you rather barely make the 53-man roster on a loaded team where you probably won't play, or get cut and potentially land somewhere that offers you a bigger role?
I mean, if I had the talent, and I guess the gender, to be a professional football player, I would want to play. That's what it would come down to. So whichever situation's going to get me more time on the field is the one I would go for. And so land somewhere else that offers a bigger role is probably the better option of the two.
I would think so, because bigger roles is bigger numbers equals bigger bank accounts.
To get field time.
Yeah. I mean, this is their living from this point forward until they retire and become a sports journalist.
Right.
Which is what everybody's doing now. Maybe not a German journalist, but a commentator on a show.
A lot of them open up gyms too. For some reason, I feel like I hear that up pretty frequently.
Sure. Why not? All right.
Players.
So if I ever find the doctor who screwed up my limb replacement surgery, I'll kill him with my bare hands. Because he gave me bare hands. All right, moving on. Headline number 2. Once you go pro, can you ever go back? This might be the craziest college sports conversation of the entire. I can't even believe we're having this conversation right now, but in a sense, I can because of how screwed up college sports has gotten over the last, like, for say 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. The SEC has stepped up, joined the Big Ten, and adopted rules that prevent athletes who have been drafted or appeared in an NFL, NBA, or WNBA active roster from subsequently competing in their conferences. So there were multiple players for one school, NFL players, that got cut and then signed or at least reached a verbal agreement with, like, LSU.
Right.
They were in the NFL, didn't make it, so they said, all right, I'll just go back to college. And the rules said he could do that, but then the conferences said, no, you can't.
Yeah.
So right now, the SEC and the Big Ten are in this now. Like, I mean, would you allow? So people go back to college all the time. Like, if we wanted to go back to school, we can go back to school right now, even though there's no need for it, because we don't need doctorates to do this. Right. You really don't need anything to do this. Just like sports, that's it. But, like, if they don't play, I can understand if they play in preseason, but if they get cut and they're not on a starting roster,
right,
should they be able to go back and play in college?
Well, and
if they never made a starting roster?
You do need to consider a little bit, too, the age factor. I know this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but you're talking about kids. And so if they get too excited, they jump the gun, they feel big and important, and then it ends up getting thrown back in their face, giving them a second chance to get their shit together, it doesn't seem like that terrible of a thing. But
it's a good point. It's a real good point. You froze up on me right there. I'll bring in my point. You froze up for a second. So I don't think they should be allowed to. It's like that job opening closed. You have to be able to make the decision, like Dante Moore. He made the decision to return to college like immediately without going to the NBA, without going to the NFL draft. So he's back playing quarterback at Oregon this year. Whereas what if Dante Moore comes out this season, gets drafted by, like, the Titans, and then says, you know what, I think I'm just going to go back to college after he finds out who he's been drafted by. I don't think you should be able to do that.
No, yeah, I agree with you there.
So, yeah, I think you should have to make that decision, like, immediately. If, like, school just ended, before you say that you're going to be in the draft, you should say you're going into college. So I think so. All right. So, yeah, once an athlete officially becomes a professional, I think that's where college eligibility permanently ends. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I could agree with that. Once you've made the commitment to go professional, you've got, like, you've taken the next step. You can't get to middle school and decide you don't like it there anymore and go back to elementary school.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
in that style of thinking. And there just needs to be more, I guess, overall even checks in place, because if you've got like a 19-year-old kid chomping at the bit, like, somebody needs to sit down and have a for real talk with him.
You know, even if I had that extra year in school, by the time I got to high school, I still would not have understood geometry.
It's funny, that's the only one I got.
I ended up passing both of them, like algebra and geometry 1 and 2, but, like, I hated it. I hate math. Oh my God, I hate math.
Not a fan of algebra, but I did like geometry.
Yeah. All right. Of all the inventions of the last 100 years, the dry erase board has to be the most remarkable. Because it's remarkable.
Erase it and remark it again.
I'm going to post that one and see how many followers we lose. It's going to be great. Headline number 3, ESPN is creating Red Zone for tennis.
Oh, interesting.
So this one actually belongs right in our wheelhouse. Like ESPN is launching a new. I almost said the quiet part out loud on that one. ESPN is launching a new U.S. Open presentation designed around the basic concept that made NFL Red Zone so popular. Instead of watching one match from beginning to end, viewers will be taken around the grounds at Flushing Meadows to see important moments happening across as many as 16 courts. So think NFL Red Zone, but with tennis ball.
I'm going to be honest, that would probably have a higher chance of getting me to watch tennis than watching entire matches between two people. Because I like the game has its exciting moments and it's just hitting a ball back and forth. So
right?
I don't really know. I love tennis. I don't know how to sound, but it's not the most fun sport to watch. So that could definitely make it a new viewing experience.
I like it. I'm not much of a tennis person, but they can't call it red zone. They'll have to call it like center court or something like else.
That. Yeah.
Because I am really fascinated by this. Because if you think about it, what other sports could use like an NFL style red zone,
right,
for their sport? Like you could come up with like Major League Baseball. Like, oh my God, bases are loaded in Boston. This is great for like fantasy players, DFS players, stuff like that, where you can just switch to that game really quick. You probably have to pay a premium for it. But yeah, like I think it's really good. Like MLB Red Zone. So you could go from like bases loaded in Boston, you go there, the bottom of the ninth in Arizona, you could go there. Aaron Judge batting with 2 runners on, you could go there. NASCAR already kind of has like a little thing like the red zone. It's not a TV thing. It's on there. It's actually on like NASCAR.com where you can pick like 4 or 5 drivers and you can watch their cameras and listen to their radio, like the full race. So you can put like 4 or 5 drivers on there. So because you know how like some cars have in-car cameras, some have like on their hood, some have it on their back. You can watch like those cameras and you can switch from those. So I think NASCAR kind of already has one.
So if you red zoned it a little bit, because I like the idea of being able to have one camera on the battle for the lead, one camera on the pit stops, one camera on.
Oh, that's true.
Whatever else is going around.
Yeah.
It would be kind of, that would work well. I didn't think of it at first because it's not multiple races at the same time. And that's where my brain went, right? Like basketball would be a great sport because you get so many basketball games on the same night. So if you had a basketball red zone, you could just watch all of them.
You could also call that one center court too.
Yeah.
So college basketball, same thing, especially during March Madness.
Oh my gosh.
Could you imagine having like an NFL red zone style channel just for March Madness?
Right.
Like it's great. Well, towards the end, they'd all be down to like 1 or 2 channels because like they were on separate nights. But when the tournaments first start, when there's 64 teams, maybe they jump it up to like 120 something. I don't know. That would be a good like way to do like an NFL red zone style college basketball. Even just during the regular season for college basketball fans. Like I think it would be cool.
Makes it even more interesting that they decided to start with tennis.
I mean, what if like
sorry if you think about it. Just saying. You can even do it with golf since people are on the golf course at the same time.
Well, the U.S. Open is coming up, which is why they're like, it's huge. That's huge for tennis. We don't really watch tennis, but I mean, this is a great way, not just to bring tennis in, but like I was saying, like even during like college football, oh my God. Like, I mean, you got the SEC channel and you got this, you can kind of just switch back and forth between games, but like there's over 1,000 like college football teams in this country. Right. So you can decide what package you want, what levels are included. Do you want D2? Do you want D3? Just D1? Do you want just SEC, Big 10, Big 12? Like you can just click on that and be like, give me Big 12 games today on the screen. Just poof, it just shows up with every Big 12 game that's currently playing. Like I would love that idea. I would never work. So it would be all you.
I'd have to get you a special toilet chair because you never leave it.
Oh wow, that would be a great idea. A toilet chair, ladies and gentlemen.
It made me snort.
Perfect for the sports guy in your life. Get him a comfy toilet chair. That would be amazing.
So
All
he never
right.
has to get up again.
No catheters, though, please. No catheters. All right. Headline number 4, Paige Beckers. Oh, let me do the dad joke real quick. Did you know that your pupils are the last part to stop working when you die?
No.
Apparently, they dilate.
They dilate.
Love that one. All right, headline number 4. Paige Beckers from UConn. UConn just dishes out just like awesome, like WNBA players. One of them, by the way, we just did a ceremony for the GOAT, Diana Rossi. Just had her number off topic. Just had her number put in the ring here at in Phoenix, which was
Retired.
Just amazing. Retired. All right. All right. So anyway, Beckers sends Dallas back to the playoffs. The Dallas Wings are going back to the playoffs. They actually clinched the 8th and final WNBA preseason position Tuesday with a 96-78 victory over Portland. That gave the Wings their first playoff appearance since 2023. And once again, Paige Beckers, right in the middle of it, 22 points, 11 assists was her final stat line. They got their 23rd victory as well, Dallas did, which established a new franchise regular season record.
Nice.
So that was awesome. Beckers has now surpassed 750 points, 200 assists this season. That puts her alongside couple people that you might know. One named Caitlin Clark, the other name right here in the Valley, who just played her first game at home, Kelsey Plum, as the only players in WNBA history to reach both marks in the same season.
Nice.
This, I think, is another great example of young talent transforming the WNBA. We know about Caitlin Clark. We know about Angel Reese. As much as I disagree with her a lot, she is amazing on the boards.
Right.
If her offensive game for scoring can match that, she could rival Asia Wilson potentially. Right. Don't jump on me on that one, but I said potentially. It's not impossible. It is improbable, but she's one hell of a rebounder. So
right.
So you got Reese, you got Clark, you got other young stars. Beckers now taking Dallas back to the look at the youngsters that lead Dallas now. Paige Beckers and Cooper Flagg.
Right.
If you like young up and coming stars, I mean, those are two that are not that bad to look at. Right? I'd pay to watch them. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Making the playoffs and being dangerous in the playoffs are two completely different things, though. Dallas grabbed the last ticket into the tournament. So here's the question. Is Dallas actually dangerous in the playoffs, or is it simply getting there already a successful season?
That's a good question. In this case, I would say getting there is already a successful season, because that's a big step up. I think they're transitioning into going to be dangerous, but I don't necessarily believe they're quite there yet.
No, they're not there yet, but this is a success. Now, this is kind of one of my arguments that I always have with other people. Like, there's a big difference between having a winning season and a successful season. A winning season means that you won it all. Mm-hmm. That's in my mind. You won it all. Like a successful season
championship trophy at home. Yeah.
A successful season is improvement. And this is improvement. So
yeah.
That's how I see it. All right. Horrible dad joke number 4. Write this down. It's easy to convince ladies not to eat Tide Pods, but harder to deter gents. It's harder to deter gents.
Oh, Lord.
So bad. All right. What's next? Jesus,
Sports Media X Arizona Sports Desk.
All right, here we go. So the preseason is almost over. Now the real decisions begin. We are finally here for the Arizona Cardinals. One final preseason game, one final week of evaluation, and then the 53-man roster. The Cardinals are in Green Bay this week for joint work with the Packers before Friday's preseason finale. And at this point, I care far less about whether Arizona wins this game than who proves they deserve to actually be on the team.
Right.
Here are several Cardinals stories, though. Story number 1, Josh Sweat is back. And this is important. Arizona has officially activated Josh Sweat from the PUP list physically unable to perform list after the veteran pass rusher spent camp recovering from his knee issue. He's practicing again with a sleeve and brace on the left knee, which doesn't look great, but at least he's able to practice. That's significant.
Where he can get back to playing again, then brace up all you need to, bro.
Well, if he got cleared to practice, then he should be able to play, but let's just hope he doesn't have any setbacks.
Right.
Because he had 12 sacks on the team last year. The next closest number was like 2.
Right.
So, yeah, you kind of need him.
They need
But what I want to see from Sweat, if he plays, I don't need to see 40 snaps Friday. I don't need to see Sweat proving anything against somebody fighting for a practice squad job. I want to see how healthy he looks, what his movement looks like. Does he have some explosion in that get up? And then get him off field. Get him ready for week 1. That's if he even plays.
Right.
So that's the question I have for you. Would you play Josh Sweat at all Friday, or have we seen enough based on his past experience, past results, and just shut him down until the regular season?
I would shut him down until the regular season.
You wouldn't play him at all Friday.
No, they know what his value is. At this point, what's going to make the difference is his health. So it makes more sense to me to just let that knee rest that extra week.
2 weeks.
Get him in there. The extra 2 weeks, yeah. But it makes a difference. So
think about this. This is kind of messed up. Thanks for bringing this up, which you did. After this preseason game, we're basically going 17 days until football.
Right.
17 days. So you had NFL fans deprived all offseason.
Right.
We finally get something that kind of looks like football. We got a little bit of a taste. And now we're going on break just after 3 weeks.
If there's one thing the NFL excels at, it is creating a bunch of hype and getting people really excited about football. And
of course.
I purposely feel like this is intentional just for that reason.
Like the season ends.
Foaming at the mouth, raving mad by the time week 1 rolls around. Like, oh my God, just give me the football.
The season ends like, let's say end of January, first week of February, right? With the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right? Then you've got the combine where all the college kids go through their workouts so scouts can look at them in March, beginning of March, late February, early March. Then you've got the draft in April. Then you've got rookie training camp in May. Teasers, really. You've got voluntary workouts in June. You've got regular training camp in July. You've got preseason in August. Regular season starts in September. This is why the NFL is the most popular sport in all of America.
Yeah, they know how to give you just enough of a taste. Keep you on the hook. When it rolls around, it's time again. They're doing it on purpose. That's all. That's my whole point. It's intentional. They want us to start raving mad by the time the season starts.
Yeah. I love the people in the comments trying to give me like fake breaking news, trying to get me to budge on it. That's not happening. I think I let it slip up like, what was it, last year or the year before? Like I might have slipped. I was like, oh my God, that happened. And then I was like, oh God, I'm such an idiot. Yeah, fool me once. Yeah, there, Philly Mike OG. You know what? I'm going to give you a second just to be put on the show. There you go, Philly Mike. Fake breaking news from my friends from Philly. I don't know him, but I mean, like I consider like it's brotherly love, I guess. Like that is not per Adam Schefter. Come on. First off, I get alerts from Adam Schefter, and my phone hasn't moved once. So I'm just saying. All right. Good job, Philly Mike. Come back to us next week with another one we could share. That'd be great. All right. Move on. Like I saw that and I was like, yeah, no, that's not happening.
I always try.
All right. Story number two. Jeremiah Love. Definitely a story here. This remains the injury that we're all watching most closely. Love's definitely progressing here from his high ankle sprain. I actually saw a video where he was like walking upstairs, carrying about a dozen pizzas to deliver to somebody.
Right,
no
right.
lamp, no brace on. Like,
That's
he
good,
looked
though.
good. I
That's
mean, he
nice.
wasn't exactly cutting through the parking lot, doing a
'Cause
40-yard dash, but
he is the player we're probably all most excited to see play. So the idea of him even holding back a game or two is kind of yucky.
yeah. So he's not going to play this Friday. I wouldn't play him even if he wanted to play.
Right.
But does he play week 1? That's the question. I think by what I'm seeing, I haven't seen
Should be
actually
okay by
work
then.
out from him, but the fact that he's walking around without a brace and stuff, and
Right.
we're probably 3 weeks away at this point from first pitch, from kickoff. A little bit more than that for the teams that play on Sunday.
I mean, that would be the deciding factor. I would have to be 100% sure that Akel was good to go, because I wouldn't want to stress it and turn it into a bigger injury if it, you know what I mean, which is the flip side of that coin.
Yeah.
But if he's good to go, then yeah, stick him in week 1. That's a couple weeks away. That's good.
Speaking of injuries, the Cardinals have had a few of them. One of them is with Carson Beck, who apparently his rib injury continues to kind of linger. Coach LaFleur said Beck's throwing session Monday, quote, went well, but his status remains uncertain. I'd love to get Beck more preseason snaps because he's a rookie quarterback who needs them. That's not Beck. That's not LaFleur saying it. That's me saying it. But again, like you said, I think health has to come first. He's not going to be the starter for week 1 anyway.
Right.
Jacoby Brissett is. So I don't see any reason at all to turn a rib injury into something worse than, just because we want to see Beck play in an exhibition game.
Ribs are hard. You can't wrap them or support them or the way that they float in your body. So you got to really baby those to make sure that they heal properly, because if they don't, it's a bad thing.
Were you a mortician in your past life?
One of my sisters had the muscles in between your rib bones actually separate from the bone. So just being alive hurt her, breathing hurt her.
Which one was this? Give your sister a shout out.
No, I don't think she would appreciate me sharing her personal injury information online. So no, I won't.
Your sister felt pain because of a rib injury. God, what a joke. Jeez, I do that all the time. I'm doing it right now.
Made it pretty real though. There just isn't anything that you can do to properly support a rib. You can wrap it from the outside, but that's not the same thing. Like an arm, you get all the way around support, right? But a rib, you're just pushing on it from the outside. It's not the same.
No, I get what you're saying. Story number 4 for the Cardinals. Trey Benson is out of here.
Healthy.
In case you didn't know it, he's one of the more interesting roster developments. Arizona waived injured Trey Benson from the running back room as that continues to change. Think about where this backfield has gone. We entered the offseason talking about James Conner, Trey Benson. Then they added Algier. Then they drafted Jeremiah Love. Now Benson is out of the immediate picture. So that tells us quite a bit about where the organization believes its backfield is headed. So, the Cardinals didn't draft Jeremiah Love 3rd overall to slowly work him into the offense, even though I do think you need to kind of, keep him out of the preseason.
Play it safe
definitely.
A little bit.
But once he's healthy, this backfield is basically built around him. They have 2 solid veteran running backs, and the offense is focused on Love, and I don't blame him because he's very explosive.
Right.
We saw a glimpse of that before he got
a really good looking
bad
glimpse.
tackle. Yeah.
It was really good. It's the kind of thing that gets you more excited than maybe you should be.
James Conner's got to come back healthy though. He's still out. Right now, it looks like we're just going to go with the 2 running back, kind of like up in New England, where they do bring in their 3rd string running back from time to time, especially during blowouts.
Right.
But their running back room right now can function really good with Algier and Love. Love's that fast guy. He can run pretty good between the tackles, but he's really good in space, as we saw. Tyler Algier, he just puts he runs. He's really good at, how do they say, running behind your shoulders or running behind your pads.
Okay.
All right, which means he squares up. He's not looking. He's almost like Scattaboo, who's always looking to hit somebody.
Right.
Always.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Although I would have loved for the Cardinals to draft Scat.
Oh, that would have been
right out of town.
a game changer. Whoever has him, it's going to be a game changer for them. The Giants are going to look different this year, at least on the field. So,
but that's a good 1-2 punch. You have a 3-down back, legit 3-down back. Actually, both of them can be 3-down backs. I would give the advantage, obviously, to Love. He's got more speed. He's a really good receiving running back. But I mean, Algier. Okay, so Algier was a really good running back in Atlanta, and then they went and drafted somebody by the name of Robinson, who ended up just sweeping him aside. And then he signs here, and then they go ahead and draft somebody named Jeremiah Love.
Right.
And he's like, what the hell? So, he just wants to be the number one running back. But I'm sure like he knows as a veteran, as a very, very good veteran, that like having somebody else take some of the load off of you, especially as a running back, can absolutely be really good, really, really good for your career as far as extending it goes. All right. So story number 5, the Viking Froholt gets paid. This shouldn't get lost underneath the injuries. We talk a lot about the injuries, but Arizona repeatedly signed center Halte. I'm not even sure like if I'm pronouncing his first name right, but I know his last name is Froholt, to a 2-year extension, keeping one of the most reliable pieces of the offensive line in place through the quarterback transition. Froholt has played more than 1,070 snaps in each of his past 3 seasons and allowed a career low 1 sack last season. So that's not the sexiest transaction. Like football fans, they want to see, we picked up this receiver. We picked up this running back. We got this quarterback. Not we got this offensive lineman. But like you have to have that relationship set between the center and whoever's at quarterback by week 1. So the fact that the Cardinals came out and said, this is our guy. He's the man in the center, because the center also calls out, like, do you know how, like, when they come to the line, you see the center, he puts his hand on the ball, his right hand on the ball, and then he'll look up and he'll go, he's calling out blocking schemes based on like who he sees coming. And then the quarterback will adjust and say, 55's the Mike, which means probably the guy that's coming. Mike is the middle linebacker. So you got Will, you got Mike, you got Sam. Moving on. And none of those are the actual guys' names, unless they're actually named Will, Mike, and Sam. All right.
Sheer coincidence only. Gotcha.
So kudos to the Cardinals for locking up that position. The offensive line has been a sour note, basically, for the last few years. And it's like your team will only go as good or as well as your bigs. So if you have a solid offensive line and you have a solid defensive line, that's your core. Mm-hmm. Like when I coached semi-pro football, I was in charge of the bigs, which pissed them off. They're like, how are you going to have the skinny coach the fat guys? This was back in the day when I was actually in like shape. I had at least 2 abs you could still see. But they hated that because, oh my God, I had them running, just sprinting. Like they hated me, but like we won the state championship for a semi-pro league. So whatever. All right. Anyway, moving on. So what are we watching for Friday? The first thing I'm looking at is the bottom of the receiver room. Who earns the final wide receiver spot? Brooks, I think, is probably going to be in. I want to say Virgil, definitely in. So that's 2 that you need, because you can always put one on special teams.
Right.
You can always put one or both of them on special teams as gunners. Do you know what a gunner is?
No, I'm terrible about all the little outside special teams.
So when they punt the football, the 2 guys that are sprinting down the field to go make the tackle, those are called gunners.
That makes sense.
Gunners, just like a shot out of a rocket.
Yeah.
So they're called gunners. All right. So a lot of times, cornerbacks that are trying to find a roster spot, wide receivers that are trying to find a roster spot, they do it on special teams like that. On the kickoff too, they're on the outsides. You fill out the kickoff team from like your linebackers. It's like there's no defensive lineman on on the kickoff team that has to run
Right.
down the field, right?
Right.
But you do have some linebackers, tight ends, wide receivers, corners, people like that.
Yeah.
But you'll never see like a center on the outside, like right up against the thing, unless, you're not going to find it on the kickoff. All right, so I'm looking for the receiver room, running back depth, like who's behind Love and Algiers. So that's going to be interesting. I think Knight, personally, Bam Knight is going to get that spot. But
I could see that.
Yeah, I don't. I think it'll be Knight as number 3. Everybody else will take their shot at special teams. Right guard, Basantes is gone. Who takes control of that job? I think it's going to be Adams for right now. I know they're going to test out a few people in Friday's game so they can fill out that depth at guard. But for right now, because Basantes is gone for the year, I can see Adams sliding in there because it was supposed to be him before they drafted Basantes. But there's a reason why they drafted Basantes. So there is that. All right. Carson Beck, does he play? I hope not.
I hope not.
We don't need to see anything else from Carson Beck. We do not. Not with a rib injury. We do not.
It's just sometimes they let that temptation get ahead of themselves a little bit when it comes to the rookie quarterback, where they just want to see him on the field so bad they push him out there before he's really ready.
Yeah.
That's how you ruin a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
You got to be able. Not all of them can do that. You got to be able to read your quarterback and handle it appropriately.
But the good news is you paid one guy as the initial backup, little mustache mania, Minshew mania. So let him go out there. Like, he's exciting to watch. He's fun to watch. He's not a great quarterback. He's not a terrible quarterback, but I mean,
no, he's nice.
Like, he's fun to watch. He really is. So for $5 million, roll him out there in the final preseason game. And then he'll probably basically like not play, barring injuries, which, hopefully won't happen. But barring any injuries, it's going to be Jacoby Brissett and then Carson Beck.
Right. Yeah.
So depending on how many wins they have, Beck might come in a little sooner. I definitely see Carson Beck getting playing time this year because they got to know if he's good. Now, personally, I think they don't have to worry about drafting a quarterback next year. Right? Carson Beck's got a ton of experience in college. He played 5 years, I think, 5 seasons in college. We saw what he did in preseason. Looks good. They're not all going to look like that. He looked really good. Not all of his starts are going to look like that, especially against starters, because he did what he did against like 4th and 7th string.
Right.
Players that are just trying to find a job.
Kind of like keep the mentality for that sometimes, because it's easy to get excited by what you see until you think like, oh wait, that was their down to their 90th guy.
Yeah. So but as far as this Friday goes, you don't need to see Brissett. You don't need to see Brissett. You're not going to see Brissett, and I don't think you're going to see Beck either. So just let Minshew go out there. You're paying the guy $5 million. He probably won't play for the rest of the season, barring injuries. Let Minshew just go out there, let him play a full game.
For the rest of the season.
Let him play the full game, go out there, Minshew mania for the last preseason game against Dallas, or Green Bay, excuse me. And then, because they just got beat by Dallas. Wins don't matter in preseason. It doesn't. Winning the job does. Yeah. But outside of that, no. So I expect to see a lot of Minshew because you paid him $5 million to just be here, I guess. So, all right. Defensive depth. You're looking for guys to prove that they can contribute beyond the starters. And let's be honest, with the 27th ranked overall defense from last year, the starters are not great.
Even if they get 25th ranked this year, that's improvement. So
I mean, yeah, if they can move up,
find your hidden gems in the rough out there.
Like I understand that there's optimism. There's always optimism from Cardinals fans at the beginning of the season, because they go by hope. They go by the hope factor. I hope the defense is better this season. I hope the defense is better this season, because if the defense is better, we're going to win 9 games.
It's the only way you can stay a Cardinals fan for year after year after year. So I don't.
It's tough. Like, I've lived here for 25 years.
Yeah.
The team's been here since '88. They really haven't had much to choose. Like, they're still talking about, well, we went to the Super Bowl in '08. We're coming up on the 20th anniversary of that. Like our best player from that team, Cardinals best, just went into the Hall of Fame. So it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. So like they don't have much to cheer for, so they got hope.
Yep.
Right.
Hang on to what you gotta hang on to.
So let me crush that hope real quick. Well, I'm just being honest. Look, all right. So a lot of Cardinals fans are like, well, everybody's healthy this year and the defense is going to be better. The only way that defense is going to go from the 27th, 28th, 29th rank, depending on if you're doing run, pass defense, overall defense, they were poor. The only way you're going to go from that is if you do 3 moves in the offseason.
Okay.
You trade for a playmaker.
Okay.
Or 2 on defense. Like maybe you convince JJ Watt to come out of retirement or something. Or maybe you get TJ Watt from Steelers. That move wasn't made. You draft a playmaker. That didn't happen. You make a dramatic change in your defensive coordinator. That didn't happen. So I'm telling you, Cardinals fans, just enjoy the offense and know that your defense is still going to be terrible. This is how it is. And everybody's going to blame Coach LaFleur for this, but I'm not, right? Because the coach does choose his staff. But if you look at it, he was the 10th head coach hired out of 10 teams that needed a head coach. So all the other coaches had already had time to go out and handpick, okay, I want this defensive coordinator. I want this special teams coordinator. I want this guy. So by the time LaFleur got hired here, like, I mean, we might as well just stick with that guy. I mean, honestly, I would have went out and given the job to like Brian Flores personally, because I'm defense first. Defense wins championships. That's just it. Like, you can't win a championship, the Super Bowl, whatever you want to call it, having the 25th ranked defense. You just can't. It's never happened, I don't think. I think the Giants had like a 20th ranked defense at one point and won, not during the Bill Belichick defense coordinator days, but like during the Eli Manning leading the team with a helmet catch type days, which I've completely forgot about as a Patriots fan. Don't even know what I'm talking about. All right, moving on. So the bottom line is, we've spent August evaluating individual performances. Now it's basically comes down to decision time. I'm not looking for a preseason championship Friday.
Right.
I'm looking for the final 5 or maybe 6 players that can actually make this team. Whom they may not even see the field outside of on special teams. But if somebody goes down, what they do on special teams does matter. So it's going to be fun. You get somebody, maybe you get an undrafted free agent that makes special teams. Maybe it's a linebacker. Maybe it's another corner. Somebody, maybe it's a receiver or a tight end, something like that just wows you on special teams. So he gets put on special teams, and then somebody goes down. Again, not something we look for, but that is something that they look for.
Happen.
That's why they put the pads on, so that they can get an opportunity. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking for those types of players that could be like, well, if somebody gets hurt, I mean, we have somebody serviceable that looks like he's hungry, he's young, and he's ready to make some plays. So there are positives to what you'll see on Friday night.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's talk Mercury here real quick. So the Mercury basically went from WNBA finalists to being eliminated from the playoffs before the playoffs started.
Yeah.
So this is probably the most shocking news as far as like from the beginning of the season. Mercury fans we went to the finals last year. Like there's only one more step to take. It just never happened.
They shuffled real hard, though, too, and you can't always do that. If you've got a team that was good enough to get you into the finals, you can't, trade half the players out and expect to
Well,
do
one
better
of them
the
left
next
in
year.
free agency, so...
but she was...
The main one
Sabali, they could have fought to keep her. They could have tried. I'm not sure.
I mean, there's no saying that they didn't try, but...
It's not like I don't know what went on behind the scenes, but...
You gotta look at it this way. This is the downside of Arizona. We're living in it right now. Like last night at first pitch, it was 110 degrees at the game last night at first pitch.
Yeah.
People need to actually want to come and live here versus living
See, but
like
I see
Indiana
that.
and stuff.
I see that as a thing just in basketball. The NBA does it too. Like if they get close, but they didn't get what they wanted, then it's almost like they punish the team by gutting it.
Yeah.
And I don't always think that works. Sometimes you need to. I'm not arguing that point, but sometimes you just need to shuffle a couple of pieces around.
I think there's a ton of talent on this teom.
There is.
Ton of talent. You got Thomas, you got Copper, you got Vicente, you got not Vicentes, but who am I thinking of? The rookie. Escaped my mind. It'll come back to me in a second.
I should know the name, but I can't think of it either.
It'll come back to me in a second.
I'm making all the splashes lately.
But there is a lot of young talent. The problem with the Mercury this year is they were like in a lot of their games, they were really great for like 3 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd have like a 16-point lead.
But
and
they
then
just can't keep it together at the end. Yeah.
Right? Once their shooting dried up, they really didn't have anybody down low to go to. Once Thomas was pretty much cooked because she does everything.
Right.
Then you're hoping your outside shooters can just do what they do because you really don't have that big presence down below.
Kind of afford to be that type of an offense if your defense is stellar, like top 5 in the league, and they're not. So
yeah, that's something they definitely got to work on in the offseason. So they're eliminated right now. They just bought out one of the fan favorites, DeWanna Bonner. She's gone, but this is, if you think about it, like this is a good thing. Not because I'm saying, oh, she's off the team. This is a good thing for DeWanna Bonner, just out of respect, because once she clears waivers, she can get picked up by a playoff team.
Right.
And go try in her, what is she, like 18th season or something like that? Like she helped win championships here in the Valley 2009, 2014. She's a 3rd player in WNBA history to reach 8,000 career points. She hit that this season. Like historically, she's been a great player, arguably one of the best in recent years here for Phoenix. But so I like the move. But yeah, it's basically we're not going to the playoffs, but you still might. So they gave her the opportunity to go play for a playoff team. So
do you like that the Mercury is helping Bonner get to be a contender, or should the organization's only responsibility be to itself?
No, at this point in her career, just out of respect, because this may be like, you never know, she may be retiring at the end of this year. Right. You don't want to be that team that was like, oh, I could have released her, but I made her play out her final days, not having an opportunity to win another ring. She's 39 years old. I think it was the right thing from a professional standpoint, from a respect standpoint, from the Phoenix Mercury to go ahead and buy her out. Give her an opportunity to go play for somebody. I just hope it's not Las Vegas.
Right.
That's all I know about that. So,
that's all I can say about that.
I mean, there's 2 teams really that I'm looking at to win. It's Minnesota and Las Vegas. So don't go to one of those 2 teams, and hopefully you still win. But she's probably going to go to one of those 2 teams. So, all right. They lost last night. I was trying to avoid it, but let's just mention it. They lost again last night, 94-84 against the Washington Mystics. The Mystics shot lights out, almost 52% from the field, led by as many as 20. Kalia Copper, Natasha Mack each scored 19 points. So there's plenty of offense on this team.
Yeah.
There's plenty of offense. There's plenty of assists, but there's not enough
get that defense.
Yeah. So we're changing from a few weeks ago. We're definitely changing the conversation here from like, can they make the playoffs, to is there anything we can look forward to for their remaining games? I want to see some more youth on the court, but I want to see a mix of the veterans. Like, I don't want you to bench Copper for the rest of the season. I don't want you to bench Thomas. I think if you're going to help the youth on this team actually like find something good for the rest of this season, they need to play with the leaders. Right. As much as possible
to get that experience. Yeah.
So the coach is definitely going to have to come up with different lineups to get the youth on the court for this season. But God, you hate seeing the L's, but at this point you kind of expect it. So let's just get the young players out there. I don't need to see another triple-double by Thomas, even though she's absolutely amazing and she'll be back next season, thankfully. Also, we don't know if Plum is going to re-sign here in free agency. They have to put together one hell of a package to keep her here. She was traded here, and before she was traded, they were letting her know that she was going to be traded. She let Phoenix know she's going to test out free agency.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't say like, oh, I love Phoenix. Now, that's not saying that she didn't say that, but she hasn't said that like out loud. So,
but you know what, though? I actually appreciate the honesty involved in that in general, just to be like, I'm going to be clear. I am going to explore free agency offers. It lets Phoenix know right away that if they like what they see, they'd better do something about it.
Noemi Prashant. That's the name I was looking for. She's one of the young sharpshooters on the team. I do like her.
Yeah.
Anyway, but Plum, this is the ADHD portion of the show. But I hope there's that Arizona term again. We hope she signs back with the Mercury, but we're really not known the Valley in general outside of maybe the Diamondbacks signing Corbin Burns, who nobody expected that pitcher to come here, who, by the way, I think is going to start throwing in AAA Friday, maybe.
Okay.
So anyway, we'll talk about D-backs in a second. But like we really don't get that big free agent name in the Valley. So let's hope that she comes out. Let's talk some ASU football because last night was my last night in the press box at Chase Field. That was my 40th for this season. Yes.
You say it so dramatically, it sounds like you're never going to cover the Diamondbacks again.
I mean, it's kind of a few months between now and spring training, which is when I go back into my live coverage again. But this is the time of year where I transition from live coverage for baseball, even though we continue to write articles for every game, right? Continue to write articles. There's an article I've already got prepared to post on the new website from today's win. But I'm ready to get into football mode. I have press credentials for Mountain America Stadium. I will be at every home game, taking my I was here videos on the field about an hour before kickoff and then shoot up to the press box. I hate that freaking hell.
I know.
If you're an ASU fan, you've been to Mountain America Stadium, you know what hell I'm talking about.
Ranted about it for 10 minutes last week.
Okay, well, I'm only going to do it for about a minute this week. I hate that hill so much, especially with my knees the way that they are. It's just, I know. Well, if you drop some weight, you fat ass, your knees might not hurt. I get it. I know what you're thinking. It's okay.
Your knees are bad because they're bad, so that doesn't have anything to do with anything.
You're so sweet. She gives me so many excuses. She gives me my excuses. I don't even come up with excuses anymore.
He is. He's just very hard on himself.
Hard. All right. So ASU football, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk Coach Kenny Dillingham because he didn't exactly name August 26th as the date, but it's August 26th. Who's the coach or who's the quarterback here, Coach Dillingham? So he said about 10 days ago that he would name a starter 9 or 10 days. So he hasn't officially announced his starter as we were preparing today's show. I kept looking all the way up to about 20 minutes before we started. You know what? I don't trust the comments.
No, don't trust the comments.
Because they always try. See if ASU Kenny Dillingham has named a quarterback. I don't think he has as of last check, but I think it's going to be Cutter Boley, because he's been taking pretty much all the first team reps. Mikey Keene has moved into the second team rotation, and today was approximately the deadline that Dillingham himself established for making the decision. So unless something changed.
Still saying not yet. Everybody thinks it'll be Cutter Boley, but
I think it's going to be Cutter Boley. I like his experience. I think he should be the starter. He's the one that's looked best in camp. I think he's the best to take this team into the Big 12 season. So even though we don't exactly have a, knock him down, drag him out week one,
Right.
Team, but we can't overlook them either. So we need to make sure we have a solid quarterback in place. All right, let's talk some D-backs. We waited. I had to wait until after today's game to finish the Diamondbacks portion of the Arizona Sports Desk. I'm actually glad we did. Arizona just finished off Chicago with a 2-0 shutout at Chase Field, taking the series and improving. Look, do you know they improved to 71 to 61? But you know how amazing this is. The fact, they beat the Cubs, which is in a series, which is good by itself.
Right.
But I was literally sitting in the press box last night with my score sheet, keeping the boxes, and I'm just counting because they were shut out the day before 7-0. They didn't score in the 8th inning in their win against Cincinnati. So going into the game, they were already 10 innings without scoring a run. And then it was 11 innings, 12 innings, 13 innings, 15 innings, 17 innings without scoring a run.
Right.
8, actually, I think, And then it gets into the bottom of the 8th, and they're down 4-0. And I'm thinking this is going to be 19 straight. I'm sitting in the press box, 19 straight. I'm like, God, why did this have to be my final coverage for this season? And then just they figured out how to play offense. It was great. And then Wally walked it off again. Mark Gray said last night, while he was interviewing Waldschmidt, who walked it off with a 2-run shot, his second of the season, he goes, "You've got 2 walk-offs home runs already in your young career." This is his first year playing in the majors. Mark Gray said, "I played 16 seasons. I've never had one."
Right.
And he's a Hall of Famer.
He is a Hall of Famer.
Oh my God.
Mark Grace. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's not. I don't think he's actually in the Hall of Fame just yet. I know he's not in the Diamondbacks Hall of Fame, but they just created that this season.
You got me curious now.
Yeah.
I don't remember when they did create that, but sure.
It was this season, I think, because I got the T-shirt. They put Gonzo and Randy Johnson in the Diamondbacks Hall of Fame and retired their numbers on the same day. So
no, he's not in the national one yet.
Nope, not yet. He should be, in my opinion. All right. So Rodriguez looked insane today. Look, from before the season even started, when he was pitching for Venezuela in the World Baseball Classic, he was pitching lights out. I was shocked because of how old he is and everything. He is, in my opinion, the team MVP as a pitcher. They'll probably give it to a hitter. They'll probably give it to Corbin Carroll, who definitely deserves it. Broke the all-time record for most triples, third fastest in Major League history with 100 home runs, 50 triples, so many stolen bases. It's insane. So he could definitely get a nod and a vote for that. But Erod just he's been that stopper. Anytime the team kind of went on a slide, you could rely on Eduardo Rodriguez because you could basically write that game in as a win.
Right.
And he showed out. He's 14-4 on the season. He's got a 2.50 ERA. Today he went against the Cubs, by the way. I don't know if you noticed. 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts, 104 pitches, 71 strikes. Oh my God. Yes, please. Can we get some other pitchers? Brandon Pfaadt has come out after he came back from AAA. He has pitched amazing. So we need Soroka to stop getting injured. Kelly looked really good. He didn't look great at first, but Kelly looked good. He only allowed 3 earned runs through 6 innings in his last start, 5 2/3, something like that. Shaky start, but he came back, bounced back. So I mean, we've got if the Diamondbacks can make the playoffs, you definitely got 3, maybe 4 solid starters if Soroka can stop getting injured. And then Corbin Burns might be back. Like I said, he's going to start throwing in AAA, I think, Friday.
Right.
So we're going to see how that goes. Because if we can get him back for the final playoff run, I mean, that's huge news for the Diamondbacks. Huge. Yeah. And then we got Justin Martinez, who's looked really good so far, coming back. He only throws 103 miles per hour. And then he has a 90 mile per hour sinker or slider. Actually, I think his sinker is actually 98. So, but his slider is like 90, and then he's got his fastball, which is almost untouchable. It's insane. So Justin Martinez looks really good. Brandon Garcia looks good. He's kind of the closer, but not officially. Luis Iaga, I think, did he close it out today? I think he might have. So, I mean, it looked really good. Like everything's starting to come together. They do have the Ketel Marte situation. The only thing I'm going to say about that is he should be coming off the IL for the Phillies series. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm tired of people bitching and complaining and jumping on him. It's almost like when I was forced to watch like Days of Our Lives when I was 6 years old. Like even I, as a 6-year-old, sitting next to my mom, like, no, I knew on Monday the whole story. And then that story just gets dragged out until shit happens on Friday. That's exactly like I knew the story about Ketel Marte the day it happened. I don't need to hear it on local radio shows every single freaking day for the next 10 days. I don't.
He's one of the few players the people in the Valley see as being worthwhile, so they're just freaking out. That's all that it comes down to.
Local media doesn't think so. Like, local media sucks. It really does. Like, they bash this guy. He's about to become the leader, the number one. He's about to break Gonzalez's record. Luis Gonzalez's. Wow, I'm off. Gonzalez's record.
Say Gonzo.
For most games played for the Diamondbacks. If he comes back healthy, he'll have enough games to be able to pass that. So he'll have been here more than any other player. I mean, just years-wise, if he makes it past September 6th, he'll have passed Nick Ahmed, who they DFA'd in his 10th season on September 6th. So as long as he makes it to the 7th, he'll have been here longer than any other player in team history, which means he's put up with more shit and more 15 and 16,000 people in the stand games for a home game than any other player in team history. Did he screw up? Absolutely, 1,000%. What happens after that is between him and the team.
Right.
You have no right, local media, to sit there and bash this guy for 2 straight weeks. None.
No.
Because apparently without him, you don't have any other sports to talk about. That's all you're freaking talking about.
Right.
And that's all I'm going to say about that. All right.
Just sleeping on Corbin Carroll.
Let's talk some Jordan Lawlar for a second.
Okay.
All right. Jordan Lawlar, we know what happened yesterday. Yesterday, he got hit in the head. He got hit in the helmet by a fastball.
Yeah, that's scary.
Like that's the quietest I've ever heard that crowd. Oh, by the way, like almost as quiet was when Corbin Carroll and Eduardo Vargas actually collided in the outfield, and both of them were down for like a minute. Both of them got up and stayed in the game, but the crowd was pretty quiet then. And then when Lawlar went down, it was like dead silent.
Because, you're talking a fastball. It could be 100 miles an hour. You get hit in the head with something going 100 miles an hour. That's,
But
even with a helmet, that's very scary. So
he came back today 0-0 and launched a home run. Only his third of the season. That is a response.
Yeah, it is a response.
That's great. Oh, you're going to hit me? Okay, bye. You lose. That wasn't the walk-off hit, but that was basically the go-ahead hit. That's all they needed. So, like, great job by Jordan Lawlar. It's awesome to see that he's still like the youth on this team is, I think it's very underrated between him, Wall-Smith. Like you got players in the minors that are really good, like James or Grover, Blue James Grover. We got a nice young second baseman coming up next year. Well, we won't talk about him right now, but he'll probably be up next season. Don't know if he's going to play second. Depends on what happens with Ketel Marte and how much the local media continues to hate him. Anyway, moving on. I'm way past that situation. Way past that situation. All right. They did add an insurance run in the 8th. Wall-Smith, again, who hit the walk-off last night, he added an insurance run on a sacrifice fly, which was plenty. Chicago's offense basically completely shut down. if you look at it, like this wasn't just a game where Chicago stranded everybody. Like they barely had opportunities because of the Diamondbacks pitching. The Cubs went, it looks like 2 for 29.
You want to see.
They were 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. They struck out 10 times and they left 6 on base. So they didn't exactly have a lot of players. Like they didn't leave 15 on base like the Diamondbacks did not too long ago against Colorado, which is unexcusable. But yeah, they really didn't have the opportunities. Pete Crow Armstrong and Tyrone Taylor recorded Chicago's only 2 hits. And that's it. Suzuki, Bregman, Bush, Horner, Ramirez, Kelly, Arias combined for 0 hits. And that's actually shocking. Yeah. That is very shocking. I will say this about their starter, Matthew Boyd. He definitely deserved better from the Cubs offense because he pitched really well. In 6 innings pitched, he only allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 5 Ks. The only real mistake was Lawlar's home run. And on most afternoons, that's good enough to win. If you only allow 1, even 2 runs in 6 innings, you're supposed to walk out with the lead.
Right.
But today that didn't happen, thankfully, because he ran into Rodriguez. So, which a lot of teams have done this season, and they've gone away pretty upset because you can't get past the old man. I love it. All right. So here's the bigger story. Arizona improves to 71-63. Perhaps more importantly, they just took 2 of 3 from a 76-win Cubs team, who, by the way, are in the first spot for the wild card. Tuesday they won 5-4. Today they won 2-0. That's exactly basically what Arizona needed before heading back out on the road. And if you look at the contrast between the 2 victories, Tuesday was it was a tight 5-4 game. Today, pitching, defense, 1 swing, added insurance run, bullpen kicks in, 2-hour, 14-minute game. There was never a 2-hour and 14-minute game when I had to cover them.
No, they regularly hit that 3-hour or more mark. I can vouch for that because I'm sitting at home waiting for you those nights. So.
You know how many times I've come home at like 11:30 at night on a 6:40 start?
Or midnight.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. 2 hours, 14 minutes. He's not here. We can speed this thing up.
They don't, but
jeez. All right.
They do.
So we're reaching the point where we have to stop calling this a team hanging around for the wild card race and start actually treating the Arizona Diamondbacks as a legitimate postseason threat as long as they can stay healthy. So the question is, what gives you more confidence right now, the Diamondbacks pitching or their offense with the young bats?
Oh, gosh, that is a good question. I would still say pitching because the offense is generally decent enough to get a couple of runs in there somewhere most of the time, knock on wood. So as long as the pitcher is able to shut the other team out, then we're fine.
Yeah, it just kind of depends on where we fall in the rotation.
A little bit, yeah.
But like the pitching's definitely come along. The bullpen's been pitching decent. They've had their hiccups, like Ginkel giving up, the lead and stuff like that. That was a few days ago. Right. But right now, the Diamondbacks are 8 games over 500. They're at 71-63. This team just as of late, especially the last 2 games, have refused. Like Monday, they refused to show up, but the last 2 games, they refused to go away, and they pulled it out. Player of the game today there's no debate about that. Eduardo Rodríguez, 7 scoreless, 2 hits, 9 strikeouts, 14th win, 2.50 ERA. You got to give kind of a second star, if you will, to Jordan Lawlar, 2 for 3. Welcome back, by the way, after getting pegged in the head the night before. Right. And then basically the game-winning home run, even though it wasn't a walk-off. He did have 2 hits. He scored both runs. No, he didn't. McCann scored the second run, so Lawlar scored only on his homer. But I like James McCann, too, as that veteran backup. But Gabby Moreno, you're wearing one of his shirts. But, Moreno's been playing lights out. He's one of the most undervalued catchers in the entire league, I would say, not just behind the plate, but with his bat this season. It's been amazing. So, yeah. Do you want to know the game notes for today? I don't really want to know the game notes. But I will say this. I am actually surprised for an afternoon game, 24,297 showed up. Usually that's in the 17, 18,000 range.
Right.
So pretty good. All right,
That
I'll
is
give him
pretty
that.
good.
Juan Murillo got the save today. Not Lois Iaga. That I think Brandon Garcia should be the save guy from this point forward, but I don't mind them going with a platoon for right now.
Right.
All right, so Arizona takes the series from Chicago, improves 71-63. Eduardo Rodríguez. So 7 scores. Jordan Lawlar provides the biggest swing. And we are moving on to our final segment. What is it?
Pack Wars.
All right, who won last week?
You kicked my ass because you got a Jackson.
You mean this guy? This guy right here,
I
Jackson
do mean
Smith
that
and
guy.
Jigba? All right.
Now that he's out, I'm pretty sure I'm going to win today, though. So we'll see.
Oh, are you? Okay.
I think so.
All right, well, let's see. Well, since you
feel
got your
confident.
ass kicked last week, why don't you go ahead and start dealing? Fans, go ahead and put in the comments who you think wins Pack Wars this week. I'm actually pretty confident that I've got it.
Team
So-
Vikings. Ty Felton, Vikings.
Ty Felton, really? You're starting with a Ty Felton and you think you're going to win this week?
Yep.
All right. That's right. I'm starting with a maybe third string guy. No, I'm starting with a kicker. I'm starting with the Raiders kicker and Daniel Carlson.
Okay. I got Pat Bryant on the Broncos.
All right. Decent wide receiver. Not number 1, not number 2. Maybe number 4. All right. I've got maybe the future quarterback of the Steelers. Probably not. Will Howard. Willie Boy Howard right there.
We were just talking about this guy as a potential for the Cardinals earlier. So Tyler Algier. I would say that Allgeier. So
Algier. Yeah.
Algier.
He is the he's not the starter because Love will start, but all right. I've got a throwback Hall of Famer.
Fun.
When he was on the Rams, but this is him on the Jags. Torrey Holt. Holt.
Very cool.
Throwback.
Dylan Sampson on the Browns.
Got another throwback. Browns fans, you don't have much to cheer for. You can cheer for this guy right here. How about a little Ozzie Newsome? Ozzie Newsome. There you go. I like it.
Khalil
I'm waiting for
Mullins?
you to who?
Khalil Mullins, maybe, on the Titans. Mullins.
Again, I'm waiting for you to show me the card that says I won this week, and I'm not.
I've got
one from your second favorite team, your underdog team.
Oh, you do?
Let's go with Alex Anzalone, linebacker.
Okay.
I like this guy. He's a good, scrappy young guy. I like him.
Tyler Boyd on the Titans.
Oh, you're gonna start pulling out some wide receiver stuff. Well, I will too. How about from the Green Bay Packers, Jaden Reed?
Okay.
Gunnar
Helm also for the Titans.
See, you keep pulling out Titans, talking about how you're gonna win this week. How about some Najee Harris for the Chargers? The Chargers.
Got one of the big boys, Josh Simmons on the Chiefs.
Give some love to the bigs. I like it. How about Michael Penix Jr., who is struggling to take the job because he's injured from Tua? All right.
Joe Mixon on the Texans.
This guy's back in San Francisco, but I got his Washington card. How about Deebo Samuel?
Nice.
Deebo.
That's a good one. I got Montez Sweat when he was on the Cubs.
Oh, do you? Yeah, see, I'm still waiting for that card that says I got it, and I'm not seeing it. How about Chris Godwin from Tampa Bay?
Nice. Trevor Lawrence.
Was that okay? Yeah. When you said nice, I felt some doubt in the way that you said nice. Like you're like shit. He might actually have it. I've got 3 cards left. Yeah, you got a good Trevor Lawrence. All right, I see you.
With the hair. I want to point that out.
I can put this guy on the same level, even though like Cowboys haters won't. But how about some Dak Prescott?
Okay.
Prescott. What's up?
I got DeAndre Swift when he was on the Bears.
All right. How about Jordan Addison from the Minnesota Vikings? Can we get a skull chant going? I think I'm winning.
Jalen Hurts from the Eagles.
Yeah, I still think I'm winning. Because I'm going to see your Jalen Hurts with a Jamar Chase.
Okay.
Jamar
this one is
Chase.
probably... Oh,
What you got? What's your
Go
last
you first.
card? What do
All
you
right,
got?
I got a scat man.
You got Cam Scatterbo. Okay. So you're gonna hit me with a running back.
I'm gonna hit you with a Cam Scatterbo because he's one of both of our favorites.
Well, if Jahmyr Gibbs is number 1 running back in the league, this guy is 1B. How about Bijan Robinson?
Oh yeah, you love him.
Oh yeah, everybody loves him. He will definitely be drafted before your guy.
What about
your guy?
Saquon Barkley.
I still say
Saquon Barkley.
How did I show my last card before you?
I don't know. Did you?
I think you drafted 16.
I did not.
I think you drafted 16. But I still say my 15. Guy gets drafted before you. You got 15, so I only did 14, and I still won, in my opinion. Who got the better final card, ladies and gentlemen? Saquon Barkley or Robinson? Who got it? I got it.
Yeah,
I got
Saquon.
I got Jamar Chase. I got Addison.
Swift.
I got Dak, which I probably shouldn't say that loud. I got Chris Godwin. Like, I won. I got Debo. Like, come on. How did I not win this week? Ladies and gentlemen, put it in the comments. Who won this week?
Yeah, I think we actually need help to decide because there wasn't a clear ahead of the game.
No. Look, if we were not ASU people, if I didn't cover Arizona State and knew all about Scat and talked about him for years, and you drew Scat and you didn't really know about him, would you really pick him over Robinson?
I'm not picking him over Robinson now. I'm just saying I have Saquon and Scat. You just have Robinson.
I got Jamar Chase.
You do have a Jamar Chase.
I won. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll let you guys decide, but I'm pretty sure I won. My pick, my poll this week, I'm pretty sure that I won it. Don't forget, the brand new Sports Media X website, it's up, but I'm not sharing it yet because it's like when you first move into a new house, before you invite anybody over, you want it to be full of furniture and everything up, and then you have the housewarming party.
Right.
We only have about a dozen articles up on it right now. Over the next 24 hours, I'm just going to blast it with articles, including the Diamondbacks win today, and then get it out there. So keep an eye on the Sports Media X Facebook page. Keep an eye on X, JD_Sports Media X. I will announce when the new website is up. I put a ton of work into it, like 100+ hours easily into building this website. And I think it's going to have a little bit of everything. It's going to have our podcast on there. But the cool thing about Sports Media X is we don't just talk sports. We help people get into sports. We teach them how to do articles, how to write, and stuff like that. That's one of the things that gets me media credentials. I'm really good at writing and doing media stuff. So I teach that. Why not pay that forward? I teach that. That's all part of the website. You can go in, how to use AI for sports media without feeling guilty about it, right?
Right.
It's the future. If you're not thinking about integrating AI into your business, that's just you're going to fall behind. That's just the way it is. If you wait 6 months, you're going to be so far behind, you might not be able to be caught up. That's from the business standpoint. I'm a business coach as well. We've got our marketing company on the side. Actually makes more than the sports side, but we do sports because we love sports. And with that, Lady M, let me cue the song here real quick. All right, what are the final words?
Keep loving sports.